Welcome back, folks. Let's check in once again, shall we, at Capitol Hill. Oh, it looks like exactly how it's looked for the past 5 hours. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries continues speaking, hitting many talking points, complaining, taking the Democrats' position on what they don't like about a bill which is pushed by President Trump and Republicans in the House and Senate. Let's bring in CBS News political reporter Hunter Woodall, who I hope hasn't been standing around for 5 hours, but I don't know, Hunter. What's the latest on this marathon morning session? And when do you think that they could get an actual vote on an important piece of legislation that will impact the lives of so many?
Well, Errol, I appreciate that. Don't worry. I got here a little bit earlier this morning, but I haven't been standing for 5 hours. I'll note that, this is a major moment for Democrats. This Trump agenda bill, this massive bill that Republicans have been trying to guide through Congress in recent weeks, is on the precipice of passing. And Democrats, especially Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries in the House, he's trying to show some of that resistance, some of that force that Democratic voters have clearly been wanting from the party in Washington, in the aftermath of Donald Trump winning the 2024 presidential election. Now, whether a stand like this, which doesn't sound like it's likely to sway many Republican, congressional members' votes on this bill, will be, interesting to see in these, coming hours. But it's unclear, when Hakeem Jeffries will stop talking and really what happens next.
And, it's an interesting question of, let's say he goes for another 3 hours. Let's say he holds the record for the longest magic minute speech, beating out former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. The question is, so what? I mean, if Republicans ultimately pass this bill, what difference does it really make, other than perhaps laying the groundwork for what will happen during the midterm elections in the Democrats' position? Is this just literal political theater?
Errol, I'm so glad you asked me that, because I've been in touch with House Republican GOP operative this morning. I've been in touch with the House Democratic operative as well. It's very clear that both political sides see this bill, see this Trump agenda legislation as being a major part of next year's midterm elections. Now, Democrats are already telling me they're primed to focus on the Medicaid portion, the health care portion, and really target vulnerable Republicans who voted for this bill over that effort. Now, when I contacted a Republican source this morning, he actually emphasized to me that the GOP is going to focus on, they realize the Medicaid portion, that's one that they're just going to have to, contend with, though they think that the changes in the bill might actually favor them. They also really want to focus on the aspects about the border, aspects about the Trump tax cuts that are going to be continued through this bill, and they think that might loom large for them in next year's elections.
Yeah, that's right. There are permanent tax cuts. There's an increase in spending specifically for the southern border, which are also Republican priorities and things that the president was elected to make happen. All right, Hunter, we'll continue to watch this marathon speech. Hope you got comfy shoes on as you usually do. We'll check in with you throughout the day. Thanks so much.